Maximus Decimus Meridius.
I am your father.
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
Yes. And you're not sure about this, are you?
You're gonna die, clown!
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss? Sir? The most you ever lost on a coin toss. Call it.
Whose motorcycle is this?
It's a chopper, baby.
Whose chopper is this?
Zed's.
Who's Zed?
Zed's dead, baby.
Bring out today!
This is a tasty burger.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet.
Welcome to the fucking show.
Hello, welcome back to See What Sticks, a podcast about everything and nothing. I'm your host, Russell.
And I'm your co-host, Emma, finally back from the dead and still feeling like death. So let's get this show on the road.
And I am the third co-host, Ben.
Oh man, there's 3 people on the podcast for the first time ever. I'm excited. You should be too. And by you, I mean... Yeah, and we're doing this on a Facebook call, so if the audio quality is complete shit, blame Facebook, not me. So yeah, that's what that is. But yeah, I'm glad we finally have 3 people on. It is episode 43, and it has only taken 43 weeks for me to figure out how to get 3 people on a call. And yeah. So, how is everybody? I kind of probably already know the answer, but the audience does know the answer, so how is everybody?
Much needed 3-day weekend is about to end, so ask me tomorrow and I'll be like, I'm not good anymore.
Yeah. Emma, how are you?
Amen. I'm feeling the same. I, unfortunately, picked up a cute little rhino virus over the weekend, so now I feel like crud, and I get to go back to work tomorrow, so I'm in a great mood.
Yeah. Oh, for those of you who are listening to this late or don't know or are not from the United States, today is Labor Day. Actually, today's Monday, and it is Labor Day, so it's national holiday, so there's no work or school for those of you who were in work and school. And I am doing well as well. So, yeah. I saw Emma this weekend. For those of you who want a little insight, Emma caught the rhino virus because we were at the zoo and saw rhinos.
Yeah, I got too close to the rhinoceros.
Yeah. No, Ben's shaking his head like, no, you're an idiot. That joke didn't...
for me.
Oh, sorry. Ben's just giving me a look of disapproval.
I'm sorry.
You come for the commentary, you stay for the terrible jokes.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's why I'm still in a relationship with him.
Yeah. What's your favorite animal?
I'm going to be really lame and probably just say dogs.
Wow.
Not creative, but you know what? I love them.
Yeah. Emma, what's your favorite animal?
Honestly?
If you also say dogs, I'm ending the podcast right now. We're never going to record another episode.
Probably tarantulas.
Nice. No, I mean, you own a tarantulas. So.
That's disgusting.
Oh, debate time. My favorite animal is a nautilus. For those of you who don't know what a nautilus is, look it up. It's like the Fibonacci sequence turned into an animal. But yeah, I know it's my favorite animal, and that's like the nerdiest answer ever. Whatever. But yeah, so Ben and I had, Jesus Christ, I can't talk. Ben and I had a topic for this week on asking each other questions about things. But Emma, we're going to put you on the spotlight and ask you the same questions. Some of them might be movie related.
Thrilled.
Some of them may be movie related. Some of them aren't. I don't know what Ben asked. Ben doesn't know what I'm going to ask. And yeah. So, yeah, Ben, what is your first question? This goes out to the audience as well.
Okay. I don't know how much you guys are into sports, but I mean, you don't really have to be for this one. So,
Okay.
You have to choose one sport to go away forever. What sport do you choose?
One sport to go away forever. Cheerleading. Cheerleading's like, it's one of those things. I know Emma was a cheerleader. That's part of why I'm saying that. Here's why. I have a reason to back it up. Okay, let me get into this. Cheerleading, not because I don't like it, it's because a lot of people who cheerlead try to tell you that they're a better athlete than you because they cheerlead. And it's just to get rid of that entire cheerleading culture. And those cheerleading movies from the 90s are garbage. Sorry. Emma, do you have a rebuttal on that? Not that I hate cheerleading, I'm just trying to stir feathers up.
No, I have no comment for that.
Emma, what sport would you want to go away?
Football. I know it's a super unpopular opinion, but like American football, not like soccer, but like American football.
Okay.
What?
I just said okay into the microphone very closely. Like ASMR stuff. Ben, what sport would you want to go away?
Honestly, for the sake of health and safety for people, and as much as I love football, like, I'd be okay with it just going away.
Amen.
Okay. Also, football culture in the U.S. annoys me. Like, I did Fantasy League twice. 1, I suck at it because it's 80% luck, and 2, I don't keep up with it enough. And 3, it's like, bro, it's like such basic dude thing to be like, yeah, dude, it's football season. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's fall. Give me that pumpkin spice latte and some sweet Uggs and like one of those puffy jackets, and we're good. It's puffy jacket season. And I mean, if you're
about as basic as it gets, I tell you what.
I'm the most vanilla person ever. I'm just kidding. I mean, kind of.
The whitest white.
I am the whitest white. I'm like linens. But yeah. Okay. Here's mine. What's your opinion of Jennifer Lawrence?
I like her. I think she's a good actress, and she seems like a genuinely good person. Like, I should bring my wife in on these questions because, like, you said cheerleading, you would go away. She was a cheerleader, and she's got a soft spot for that. She is a, like, Jennifer Lawrence mega fan.
I have a hot take. Fuck Jennifer Lawrence. I'm just kidding. I'm not being that hard on her, but I'm just tired of her shtick on being like, oh my god, I'm so normal. I like pizza and ice cream. You make $1 billion a year, and you have a team of stylists. Okay, cool. No, you don't. You haven't touched a carbohydrate in 6 years. So that's my thing. I mean, I'll binge eat wings and pizza wrapped together. You know what? But no one's bragging about me about that. I didn't win an Academy Award. I'm only a little bit jealous. Emma, what do you think?
I like her. I mean, I think she's actually, like, kind of funny. I mean, I relate to her in a lot of ways, but that's kind of, like, I am in her, like, demographic, I would say.
Yeah.
So I feel more for her. And, like, the pizza thing, there's so many photos of this chick eating, like, pizza and burgers on her days off. Like, she does eat a lot. And I feel that on a very deep level. But, yeah, I mean, I'm very either or. I mean, I think she's funny. I won't not see one of her movies because she's in it, kind of thing. But
I hate Silver Linings Playbook.
I don't like that movie, but I don't necessarily know if that's because of her or just that I don't like the movie.
I mean, I love David O. Russell, the director. I just don't like that movie. Sorry. Okay. Next question. Sorry. I don't hate Jennifer Lawrence. For all of those people who are going to email me or tweet at me in my DMs, I don't hate her. I'm just trying to ruffle feathers here. But I am kind of tired of her shtick. Okay.
All right. This one, actually, I can mold this for both of you guys. Okay. You two are on a first date together. You're redoing a first date.
Oh, no.
Like today.
Okay.
Not whenever it was that you guys first went out. What do you guys order to eat and drink?
Okay, first, I think we said this on the podcast to preface this. We went to 9 Irish Brothers on our first date. So, yeah, that was a thing. Okay, so, Emma, do I get to pick the location or do you get to pick the location?
I'll let you pick again because our first date was such a disaster.
Yeah, it was a disaster. It is a miracle that we are still in a relationship.
True. So you pick.
Okay, I think for a cool first date spot, for somewhere that Ben knows as well, and somewhere that Emma can relate to and I can, and I'll describe the place for the audience. It's called Scotty's Brewhouse, so it's kind of like a upscale-ish pub, so it's sort of, if you... I don't know, it's like a really nice pub. So it's kind of all food, like they have fish tacos, they have everything. It's like if there's a really nice version that wasn't a chain restaurant version of Red Robin that has a really big bar. So that's what I would go for food, and I would order an appetizer for both of us because I'm a nice guy. I know Emma loves fried dill pickles, like the little dill pickle things, the chips. So I would again order those. And Ben and I've talked about in the episode before the worst foods to order on a date. I love ribs, even though it's one of the worst things. I'd probably get fish tacos or like tacos. And then Emma, what would you get?
From Scotty's, I would probably just do like a burger and fries, something simple. They do really good burgers. So
Emma, how do you like your burgers done?
I don't know why you make fun of me for this. I'm like, okay, so to preface this, I took a bunch of like livestock, meat, food science classes when I was younger, right? And I was gonna go into like the agricultural meat production industry, like all that stuff. And like I was always taught that if you got a nice hunk of steak, then that's cool. Sear it for like 30 seconds on the outside, get you a nice rare, medium rare steak. Everything's kosher because the inside of that steak has not been touched by anything but the inside of that steak, so it's sterile. Now, when you're talking about ground hamburger, which is what goes in your hamburger patties, it's had to have been ground up with something, right? AKA machine. No matter how clean you do something, there's always 0.01 blah 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 % bacteria, right? So you should always cook your ground meat thoroughly. That's what I've always been taught. So when I eat a hamburger, I want it well done. I don't like my hamburgers like rare or medium rare or anything like that. Like I want them well done to make sure everything's been cooked out of it. Like I'm super anal retentive about that.
Okay, wait. Let me stop you there. So Emma likes her burgers well done. I like my burgers still mooing. I'm not kidding.
Disgusting.
That's how I order my food, is still mooing. Or still oinking, or still like chirping. I like food essentially raw. I like to feel the fear in the animal when I take a bite. If you could give me a burger with fur still on it, I would be cool with that. But that's the thing. Ben, how do you like your burgers?
Burgers, I tend to like them medium to well done, just because like there's a lot of other stuff going on with a burger, like cheese, condiments, and all that, to where like I'm fine with it being well done. A steak, though, I tend to go towards the medium rare.
I mean, if you could put a steak on a light bulb for 15 seconds just so it's not still cold, I'm fine with that. Like, you can give me a steak out of the package. Like, if you went to, like, let's say, Payless and got a steak, you could give me that steak on the plate and just hit it with a torch for 5 seconds. I'd be good.
I'm also, like, borderline vegetarian, so I feel like that's probably where I'm like, no, I'm good.
Okay, Ben, what would you... Oh, wait, I'd also order Emma a drink, because I know Emma loves Mai Tais, and she loves mojitos, so I'd order Emma a drink.
Yes, you were right.
And as a good boyfriend.
And you love margaritas, but only on the rocks. You don't like any of that blended stuff.
Yep, and I like Guinness. Those are like the only two things I really like. I also like White Russians, but White Russians you can't have with dinner because you'll vomit.
Isn't that just funny?
I get it, because I'm a White Russian person. I see what you're doing.
Oh,
okay. Emma almost died. Ben, what would you get on if you were going to have to redo a first date?
Let's see. If I have to redo it, I don't really like order to impress people, so I think I would just get my normal thing, like either a burger or like some sort of chicken.
Cool.
Like I usually don't get steaks when I go out. I like to cook my own steaks.
Yeah, good call. Okay. I don't think I've ever gotten a steak when I've gone out with Emma. I don't think I've ever done that. Because I agree with you. I like cooking them at home better. Do you guys know what an air fryer is?
Yes.
Yes, and I've wanted to try one.
Air fryers are dank. I'm going to just be the first to tell you I have one here at home, and I put everything in it. I make chicken wings in it. I make meatballs in it. I've made eggs in it, which has turned out really strangely, but it works. You can make a cake in it. Yeah, you can make a cake in it, Emma. Emma gave me a look like, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, you can make a cake in it. You just have to put it in a little, like, muffin tin, and it'll make a cake. But, yeah, that's an air fryer. I don't know what we were talking...
Microwavable thing of cakes.
Wait, what's up?
Pamper Chef came out with this like little microwavable bowl thing that makes cakes.
That's pretty cool.
That.
I don't know what Pampered Chef is. So
You know what Pampered Chef is?
No.
Thank you.
Oh shit.
It's like a world renowned like culinary or like kitchen like tool company and like everything.
Oh, okay.
Their baking stones are my life.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I didn't know. I didn't mean to offend anyone. Sorry. Are you a cake or pie person?
Pies.
It depends, but probably cake.
I'm a cheesecake person, so that's kind of in the middle. I know that's a cheating answer, but I love cheesecake. Because cheesecake is kind of like a pie, because it's served in like a pie format, but it's called a cake. But I just like it because I love cream cheese, and I just want to get as much of that into my face as humanly possible. But yeah. Also, here's one that goes along with the Jennifer Lawrence thing that I didn't have in order. Who's your celebrity crush? And if you say me, that's a fine answer. Because I am internet celebrity Russell.
I don't know. I have like a few different ones. Both male and female, honestly.
Me too.
I'm not gonna lie. I think male-wise, like Bradley Cooper and Brad Pitt.
Oh.
It must be the Brad thing.
Yeah.
Like, handsome as all get out, and also they're just genuine. Oh, never mind. I got someone that trumps both of those guys, and it's not Trump, I promise.
Good.
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
That dude is just all around handsome, and just he's a good dude.
I bet he has a hammer. Sorry. Next, Ben, who else do you have?
Okay, let's pull up the questions.
Okay. No. Wait, who's your female celebrity crush?
Oh, shoot. I'll come back to that. I can't think of a name right now.
Emma, who are yours? Because I have some.
My males would be Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds, and my females would be Scarlett Johansson and Mila Kunis.
Oh, damn. We have really similar ones. My male one, I think Ryan Reynolds on looks. Ryan Reynolds is gorgeous. I'm going to be honest. He's so good looking. And he's funny. But Ryan Gosling, I think on acting ability. Ryan Gosling is a better, like, serious actor. So I think that's, like, kind of cool. And he has cool tattoos.
They're both smoking hot.
They are. And then, yeah, Scarlett Johansson is, like, pretty sweet. But yeah. If you, also John Hamm. John Hamm is, like, sophisticated sexy. Like, John Hamm is, like, dad sexy. But I'm not, like, calling my dad sexy, but he's, like, dad sexy. Also, have you guys seen John Hamm's hammer? It's ridiculous. I'm trying to pull up a picture.
I can say I have not seen it.
I'm pulling up a picture. You guys see that? It's unreal. That's him just walking around on the street. For those of you who don't know.
Pull that picture out.
For those of you who don't know what I just did, I just typed in a picture of John Hamm. I didn't do anything else. There's a picture of him walking, and you just see his hammer of Thor right there, his Mjolnir. But yeah, sorry. That went on a weird dick tangent. And I guess that happens a lot on this show. But yeah, Ben, what is also... Jesus H. Christ. What else is on your list?
All right. The Cola Wars, as in soda pop, cola, pop, Coke, whatever you want to call it, have begun. And the world must take sides. Who do you fight for? Do you Coke, Pepsi, or a third party?
Okay. Ooh, wait. On cola, if we're just talking colas, Pepsi. I like Pepsi more than Coca-Cola. Please sponsor the podcast. But if we're talking other drinks, I think the drink I drink the most, that was a bad sentence. I drink the 0-calorie Monsters because apparently my parents are related to each other. And I hope that offends people. Emma, what is your choice?
If we're going for just like standard sodas, like just all across the board, I would definitely pick third party because I just cannot stand Coke or Pepsi. I grew up with both my parents drinking both of those. I just can't even stand the smell of them. But probably Squirt.
Oh, you're going Squirt? Okay, you're going indie. Wow.
What?
You're going indie, like independent.
Yeah.
Ben, what's yours?
It depends on what form they're taking. If we're talking like from the fountain, and like from McDonald's, like McDonald's Coke wins above all others.
We're talking baseball game or concert. This is baseball game or concert setting, so it's coming out of a fountain, but in a public place. So you're ordering it over like a counter.
I think fountain-wise, I still pick Coke.
Oh, okay. That's a good call. Good call. I'm more of a Pepsi guy because it's sweeter and it doesn't have that bite. Because I am very fragile in my mouth and I don't like that Coca-Cola bite. Are you guys a root beer people or cream soda people?
Cream soda.
Oh, I love root beer. Cream soda is good when it's cold on ice, but if cream soda gets warm, you might as well be drinking like horse piss. It's just gross and creamy and sweet, and it just tastes like someone messed with it in some way. I know Ben's going to come through the computer and beat me up.
I'm not that attached to cream soda, honestly, and I can't stand root beer.
What? Are you serious?
Never liked it.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Just something about, I don't know what it is. It just does not do anything for me.
Okay. It doesn't tickle your fancy?
Nope, does not tickle my fancy. It doesn't do anything like that.
Huh, okay. Emma, do you have any questions for us?
What is your favorite, like, genre of food? When I say genre, I mean, like, let's say Italian or something like that.
I'm authentic Mexican all the way.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. I love Mexican food so much, but I'd have to go Japanese food. I love ramen and I love sushi.
I'm Italian.
Yep. I could have guessed that with Emma. Have you ever had tongue, Ben?
Yep.
I know Emma hasn't.
I've not had tongue yet.
It's so good. I eat tongue and brain tacos all the time. There's a taco place pretty close to my house in Chicago that's so good. And I think it's like Emma, would you say the place is like a factory that got repurposed into a taco place? Or what do you think that place was before?
This looks kind of like a warehouse.
Yeah. It looks like an old converted like warehouse for like food got like turned into this sort of impromptu taco place. And it's incredible. But yeah, Ben, what is next on your list?
Right. Next is... Okay. This might be more geared more towards Russell, but Emma, feel free to nerd out with us. Okay. You're getting ready to undertake an epic quest to go for the best Black Friday deals. Who do you take with you as your partners? Samwise and R2-D2 as one team, or Aragorn and C-3PO?
Oh, this is easy. Samwise and R2. I know I can't talk to R2, but like Samwise is cool. Aragorn would be way too intense, and he'd be on this like mission, and C-3PO is just like an asshole. He's just gonna be like, "Sorry, sir, I forgot to get the sweaters." I'm like, dude, you had one job. How did you fuck this? So Samwise is loyal, and he'd help me. Emma, what do you think?
I think the complete opposite. I would definitely pick Aragorn and C-3PO because, hear me out, Aragorn's got the intensity and the ability to plan and strategize what you're going to do in the store, and you can use C-3PO as a human like shield bodyguard and just slam into the other customers with it. Think about it.
Okay. Okay. Ben, what do you think?
See, this is why I picked these. I had very particular reasons for picking them, because you got Sam and R2, they're kind of like mid-range, both of them. Nothing really super special about either of them. But then you got the Aragorn, like super badass, who's going to be chopping dudes in half to get that surround sound stereo system for you. And then C-3PO is like completely useless, except for, like Emma said, like a human shield, or robotic shield, I should say. I think I would go Aragorn and C-3PO.
Okay. Nice. Okay, I guess I'm the odd man out here. I'm just doing it based on like fun wise, and you know Sam is just he's gonna be there, and we have no Smeagol to like break up the friendship here. And like Samwise is gonna have snacks. You know he's gonna bring snacks along. And R2 is like he's a little Swiss Army knife. Like, I mean, I'm not for shoplifting, but you know R2 can hide some stuff in that tin can. But yeah, I know I'm going down a way different road here, but I like the disagreement. Would you rather marry a person who's really vain and like just super conceited, or marry a person with a real shit self-image?
I think I would go for the person with the bad self-image
Uh-huh.
to try and build them up.
Okay.
Because I don't think you can fix the vain, thinks that their shit doesn't stink kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Emma, what do you think?
I fully agree with Ben.
Yeah. No, I understand. And Emma's saying that because I'm a conceited piece of shit. So.
Can be, you know.
I mean, this whole time you've been looking into a mirror.
Yeah, I have.
Like
I'm just
using
like
your hair.
just doing my hair. Also, I didn't want to get into it, but my hair is very big today and very 90s. I'm growing my hair out, and I'm trying to get it to flow backwards, and it just won't when I get out of the shower. So I look like John Stamos from 1992.
It looks like you're trying to work for the Steve from Stranger Things.
Oh my god, it does. Cool. Good for me. Also, Emma said I look like McLovin this weekend. I don't think I look like McLovin. Ben, do I look like McLovin?
You gotta look at like a recent picture of McLovin now, though. Like you gotta look at him like now, and then
Yeah, Ben. Wait, I'll pull up the picture. I know this is
Okay.
bad radio. For those of you listening at home, the actor who plays McLovin, his name is Christopher Mintz-Plasse. That's just the guy's name. So Christopher Mintz-Plasse is the first thing on my search because I haven't used my phone.
And are we talking with glasses on or glasses off of Russell?
Glasses off. So this is McLovin right now.
Okay.
Do I look like McLovin?
I see a resemblance. I do.
Thank you.
I honestly do.
Shit.
You should have seen him as like children, like when the actor was like younger, and then like photos of Russell and he was a lot younger. It's like, oh my gosh.
We have the same hair in that picture.
With glasses on, it's even more so.
Right.
Thanks. I mean, McLovin is the hero of the movie. McLovin is the hero, so...
Well, I mean, was your actual nickname growing up McMuffin?
My nickname was not McMuffin. You're the only one who says that kind of thing, because I had a chubby phase.
It was cute.
Yeah.
I was a little porker when I was young, too. And, between 7th and 8th grade, that's when everything just went, shooting in and shooting up.
Yeah.
No, the other way for me.
Yeah, no, I had an awkward phase. I also did St. Baldrick's. You guys aren't from Chicago, so I don't know if that's a thing. St. Baldrick's is kind of like Locks of Love, and they give money towards men's mental health, testicular cancer, and helping kids with cancer. So you shave your head in support, and yeah, I did that. And it was always on my birthday, because it's right before St. Patrick's Day, and Baldrick is a play on it. But yeah. So that was a thing that happens in Chicago, and news anchors do it. But it makes you look like a skinhead for just a little bit, so that's always kind of a thing. And being a little pudgy white kid with a shaved head didn't make me a target at all. So, yeah. And also, I did not know what style was when I was 14. I wore blue on blue and maroon on maroon, and it was really sexy. Emma has seen pictures, and yeah, those pictures shall hide forever. Actually, there's some of them. If you Google my name, there's one of me from high school holding a plaque where I was in STAT, which is student government something, and I'm just it's bad. Just don't ever go back. Don't ever look at young pictures of yourself.
He used to tuck his t-shirts into his sweatpants.
Yes.
It's a thing. You know what? Whatever.
Oh.
Okay, I have a question. Ben and Emma and I all know one side of it, not both sides. So I want to see what we think, because I have an answer, but I'll answer last. Would you rather have a period every day? It doesn't last all day, but have a period kind of thing, and as a guy, you know what's happening. Or have the feeling of getting kicked in the balls every day?
I can't honestly answer that question just because I don't know what it's like to have a period.
Fine.
I would definitely pick the period thing every single day. Way over getting kicked in the balls every day.
I don't want to bleed
Okay,
out
then
of my wiener.
I'll take your word for it then, because getting hit in the balls sucks.
Yeah, it makes you vomit.
I can only imagine.
Wait, have you ever gotten kicked in the balls and vomited?
No.
I did by accident. It wasn't kicked. I was at sailing practice and we were moving a mast. Hit me right in the nuts, and I puked everywhere. Emma, for you who does not know, if you hit balls hard enough, you will vomit.
I've heard. No, I would much rather deal with like a consistent dull pain rather than like a very large short pain that made me sick the rest of the day. Like at that rate, I might as well just put up with like the dull consistent pain.
Okay. No, I understand. I've had tummy aches and it makes me want to cry and not do anything. So I really feel for you. And I just can't, like, if I get a small tummy ache from like eating too much or not eating enough, I honestly am just like, yeah, I'm not doing anything today. I'm just sleeping. And it's a miracle that women are able to get out of bed and do stuff with that. I just couldn't. And if I cut my finger, I faint. I couldn't imagine blood. Like, Emma's seen. I've like stubbed my toe and I'm like, I think I'm gonna die.
Everything else, it's all good.
Yep.
I know.
Are you not a blood? Look, can you not do blood?
Dude, okay. So, no, when I got my stitches out in my knee, I fainted. There wasn't even that much blood. I fainted when they took my stitches out. And yeah, it's bad. I am the biggest wuss when it comes to blood. And I used to be like a lifeguard and stuff. Surprisingly, I never saw blood. But yeah. Here's one. Would you rather give up... This one says alcohol, and that's what the question says, but like whatever your like favorite thing is, like your crutch food. Because, I don't know, Ben, are you a big drinker?
Not anymore. I can't hang anymore.
Yeah, so what is your food, like the one kind of like food or crutch that you have where it's like, oh my god, it's your like cheat thing?
Probably like cheese.
Cheese is pretty
like,
good.
I couldn't live without cheese.
Okay, would you rather go without cheese or whatever your thing is, whether it be cookies, cheese, alcohol, for 1 year, or go without your smartphone for a month? So you get a flip phone, so you can still make calls, and you're not like off the grid, but you can't have a smartphone for a month.
Oh, goodbye smartphone. I think it'd be easier than we think to go without a smartphone for a month.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Like giving up that food item or that like edible crutch item, I couldn't do. Like for a year, I'd probably become healthier because of it, but I just couldn't do it. Emma, what do you think?
I definitely agree with both of you. I'd be, as long as like you make like calls to like important family members and things like that, the whole smartphone side of everything, I could definitely just leave.
Okay. Ben, what's your next one?
Well, it's not really an if. What social media platform do you think is probably the most poisonous to society or just humanity in general?
I would have said, if you asked me this question 4 years ago or 5 years ago, I would have said Facebook. I think Twitter. Twitter is by far the worst. And I have a reason behind that. I have a Twitter for this podcast, but I only post about podcast stuff, but not to say anything about anybody, but Twitter is a very easy way for a lot of people who are influencers, whether it be political or social, to say things, and a lot of people can hear it. It goes on blast. And so I think that's really bad because people can use that ability to talk to everyone the wrong way, whereas Instagram doesn't really have that. But that's just my opinion. And I mean, I could definitely be wrong. YouTube is also, there's some crazy stuff there. But Emma, what do you think?
I think it's more so influential than the other social media platforms right now, just because of its gaining popularity and just frequency of use in general. I think that Twitter just has a lot more influence on most of the population.
Yeah, definitely. I've talked to Ben about this last podcast, but I try to stay off Twitter because of certain individuals who constantly tweet, but it still comes up even though I don't follow this certain individual. It's really annoying. Ben, what do you think?
I agree with Twitter. Yeah, every time I go too far down a comment thread for really anything, I just deeply regret it, and I kind of ask myself, why did I do this? You know exactly what you're going to find. You're going to find just the dregs of humanity down there. And the same can be said for a good chunk of Reddit as well. I'm on Reddit every day, and I do stick to my usual safe space corners where I know it's going to be pretty friendly people, but every now and then you'll get a visitor from a different neighborhood that comes in and just sours everyone with their stupid ass opinions and horrible ways. But yeah, but for the most part, Twitter is just go away.
Yeah. Have you ever been on 4chan?
No. Once, and that was enough.
Okay, cool. Emma, have you ever been on 4chan? For those of you who want a fun game at home, please don't do this. Don't follow my advice. Go on Reddit and type in 50/50. It's a real fun game to play with your friends and family. It's a picture that's blocked, so it's NSFW, so not safe for work. And sometimes it's like a kitten in a blender or like chickens. But the picture is one of those two things, and you don't know until you click on it. But sometimes it's both things. So sometimes it's a chicken and a cat in a blender. You never know. Don't go do it. My friends tricked me into doing it in high school, and there's some weird stuff I saw in there that I don't know how Reddit doesn't moderate that. There's like pictures. I'm like, Reddit, what are you doing? Like, it's bad. Like, they have GIFs of ISIS videos on Reddit. It's a toxic environment. It really is. So if you go on Reddit, I just do architecture porn. I love architecture porn so much. I do that, and I look at videos of people longboarding. That's literally my Reddit feed. And occasionally smartphone stuff, like tech stuff. Because there's some big old nerds there. But yeah, that was a really long-winded way of saying Reddit's not a good place, always. Here's one that goes in with Ben's. Would you rather never be able to eat candy, so nothing that's sweet space, so maple syrup counts, or like you can't ever have that, or never have soda again in any of its forms?
I think I could give up soda easier.
Okay.
Because there's so many varieties of candy.
Yeah.
That like not even has to do with like chocolate. I mean, you got like gummy bears. You have, like popsicles and all that. And so it's like, well, I don't know. Would you consider popsicles candy or like more of just a dessert?
I think that's a sweet treat.
Okay.
It's in a middle ground.
So we're talking just basic like, okay, what everybody would consider candy. Yeah. I like candy more than pop anyway. So yeah. Get rid of that soda.
Emma, what do you think?
Get rid of the soda for sure. I don't really drink any soda anyway, so it'd be far easier for me to get rid of it.
Yeah, I used to drink a lot of soda back in my shaved head, no style days. I drank a lot of soda. Brother Ice had vending machines that were like 25 cents, and that's not good if you're like a very influenced fat kid. Yeah, it was dangerous. They're trying to give us diabetes there. Okay, I have a question. Who's your favorite person on The View? I have an answer.
I don't even know.
There's a right answer and a wrong answer to this question.
Is Joy Behar still on there?
She can be. It's like from The View ever.
Oh, from ever? Okay. Because like I guess I only know like a few names right now. Like Whoopi, I think she's still on there.
That's the right answer. Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
Emma, who's your favorite?
Whoopi Goldberg.
I thought you were going to say Rosie O'Donnell.
Is she still on?
I think she might be. I have no idea. I haven't watched The View since I was like 11. No, I'm just joking with you, Emma. I didn't think it would be Rosie O'Donnell. I knew it was going to be Whoopi Goldberg, which is the right answer to that question. Who's your favorite like daytime talk show like celebrity personality? And Oprah does count.
I like Ellen a lot. I think she just has like a good atmosphere and just tries to keep it as positive as possible.
Yeah, I love Ellen. She is incredible. Emma, what do you think? But I have a different answer.
60% Ellen.
Really? Mine's Maury Povich. Yeah. I love Maury.
Maury's pretty great, but Ellen beats out Maury.
Really? I feel like Maury would be more fun to have a conversation with. Like if you just had like to go get coffee with one of them. I love Ellen to death, and I would ask her about like Hollywood questions. But Maury Povich would have the craziest stories ever, and I think you just hear and they would be so much fun to go to his show. Like I just want to be there, like Maury, Maury, Maury. It's like he is not the daddy. Oh shit! I love it. It's my favorite. Also, Dr. Phil's pretty great.
They film Maury up in Chicago, don't they?
They do, and they film Jerry Springer in Chicago. I have friends who went to Jerry Springer. And I wish I could have gone. I don't think they still do Jerry Springer, do they?
I know. Does Steve Wilkos still have a show? I know he had a spin-off.
Yeah, I think Steve Wilkos does have a show. That would be fun. Okay, if you had to eliminate one TV show from the air right now, so like one syndicated show, what would it be? And people know that you're the reason it went off the air. So like, so it's like a syndicated TV show that's currently running. So you can't say Malcolm in the Middle because it's off the air, but they show it. It has to be something currently in production. But when it gets canceled tomorrow, everyone will know it's because of Emma Huffman or Ben Oliver or whatever. And like the
probably,
new, yep.
I don't know if it would definitely be one of those reality shows where people are just famous for being famous, like a Kardashian style type of show. Like, I would not care that people knew that I took one of those shows off the air.
Oh, okay. I know mine. It's a Big Bang Theory. It's gone. And I hope people know I did it. I hate the Big Bang Theory.
It's going off the air after next season anyway.
Thank God. God has listened to our prayers, everybody. That's for sure. Emma, what's yours?
Emo.
What's that?
Ooh, good answer.
I do know how it, because if you never watched it, you just watch 12 episodes and then you realize, boom, you don't understand. So, like, it's just like if like the Kardashians mixed with Jerry Springer had a baby.
Oh, is that like 16 and Pregnant? Is it like the same kind of thing?
Kind of, but way more dramatic.
Oh, so it's more... Okay. Yeah, that's probably a good pick. Also, Big Brother. Why is that still on the air? It's like in season 40. Like, does anyone give a shit about Big Brother anymore?
My wife and I used to be really big into that.
That's like...
we haven't watched it in like 3 or 4 years, though.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, is it still even relevant? It's like... Wait, that's still a thing? You know what show I hate? There's one that's like engaged in 24 hours or married in 24 hours. I hate those shows. I'm like, I don't want to watch someone pick a fake husband or wife on a TV show and then be like, wait, I didn't realize I would hate this person. Yeah, I have people I have known for 20 years, and I've realized after 20 years, oh God, I hate this person. So yeah, duh.
If I could amend my answer to a channel itself, TLC would be gone in a split second.
What's the one with the Property Brothers? Because my parents always watch that. And it makes me angry.
That's HGTV, I think.
Oh God, I'd get rid of that and Dance Moms. I hate Dance Moms. Dance Moms is the worst. The fat dance lady is in jail though. So yeah, she's in jail. So I mean, there is still hope in our world for crazy things to happen and weird people to go to jail for tax evasion or whatever. Is that what she went to jail for? She didn't diddle any of the kids, right?
No, it was something financial and political.
Okay, cool. I'm glad she did not diddle any of those kids, because that was like my biggest fear. I'm like, oh no, these are like 10-year-olds, and I hope there's not any like shenanigans going on behind the scenes. Also, those moms seem like the worst people in the world. Am I wrong?
They seem like it, yes. I think their biggest problem is they're trying to push their own missed childhood dreams onto their children very, very badly, and it's just coming across like I hope there is a normal childhood in store for all of these kids, but it's just like, ooh, these kids might have a lot of like psychological and like parental issues that they got to deal with soon.
Yeah. Emma did Dance, and your mom is really nice. What do you think about the show, Emma?
I think a lot of it's dramatized just for television, but I also agree with Ben that I think that their parents are kind of trying to live vicariously through them, but not necessarily through them, but just kind of force them to live the life that they wish they had lived as children. And I think some of the girls truly love it. There's a couple of them that actually have gone on to work with like Sia. Sia picked out...
It's pronounced Ocean.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sia picked out, I believe it's Chloe... or Maddie Ziegler, was one of the dancers, and she now works very closely with Sia as one of her music video guests, and so she really truly enjoys it in my opinion, but then there's a couple of others that constantly just get yelled at by both the teacher and their mom, and I'm like, I really cannot see them enjoying this, at all.
They're, maybe it was the same for you guys when you were in, like, grade school or younger. I knew a few kids whose dads were like, I could have gone pro if it wasn't for my blown out shoulder or knee. And it reminds me of that kind of thing where like you're forcing your kid to play like football. I swam as a kid and I did sailing. And I knew a few parents who were like, you better win races because I used to win races. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, like, chill out. Hopefully you guys didn't have parents like that.
Not that I'm aware of.
I think Ben...
My dad didn't say it out loud.
I think Ben is about to have like a crisis. He's like, oh my God. He's going to realize on the show, start crying, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's where the show ends. Ben had a breakdown, and it was a successful episode.
If anything, it would be like me realizing I'm like saying this kind of stuff to my like son or my daughter, like, you're not playing Mario right, you dumbasses. Like, get on with it. Oh yeah, Ben, you have kids. I totally forget that all the time.
Yeah, and you're doing the right thing. You're showing your kids Star Wars. I see that, and that's a good way to teach your kid. There's life lessons in Star Wars about being a good person.
Yeah, they only sit through like the action stuff right now.
Uh-huh.
Like, once it gets to like, you know, the kind of plot driven meandering, they kind of just like tell us when it starts going pew 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 again.
Yep. Yeah, they haven't gotten to the brother sister makeout sesh. They haven't realized what that is yet, and how you're like, oh, this is an oversight in this plot. That's one of those ones.
If they start asking for explanations there, I'm like, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
You watch movies with talking lions and animals. Like, don't think too hard.
I remember I first saw Star Wars when I was a kid, and that clicked for me when I was like in grade school. I'm like, wait, Luke and Leia are sister and brother. Why did they kiss? And I remember I asked that to like one of my friend's parents. We were watching at their house, and my friend's parents literally just were like, it's in outer space. And that was the response. And every time I think of that or I see it on like a meme, I'm like, oh, because it's in outer space. Duh. Like, obviously. But yeah. Have you showed your kids Lord of the Rings, or is that too like intense?
Not too intense, but probably too long.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they will sit through an entire one of those movies until they're like 13 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. My parents took me to see Lord of the Rings when they came out, and I was like 7, and I was into it because they read me Lord of the Rings as like bedtime stories. But yeah, your kids aren't 7, right, Ben?
No, they're 4 and 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still like Dr. Seuss age and stuff like that.
Dr. Seuss is the man. I love Dr. Seuss. Wait, what is your favorite movie that your kids watch? Like, what's a movie that your kids watch that you're like, I can get on board with this?
WALL-E.
Okay.
Because like I adore that movie, and I did before I had children, and then like, well, it's almost getting to the point where it's just like, okay, yeah, you want to watch WALL-E, but Daddy's seen it a million times now with you.
Yeah.
Watch it on your own. Yeah. They're not quite. I don't think they could ever ruin it for me by watching it too much. Yeah. But it's just like, okay, yeah, let's watch. There's more movies out there.
Yeah, I have to do the same thing with Emma. I'm like, Emma, there's more movies out there. There's not just 10 movies. No, I'm kidding. But I had another question, a follow-up question for that. Oh, have you shown them The Simpsons?
Oh yes, they love The Simpsons.
Okay, cool. Because you have Simpsons. Oh, Emma's never seen. Sorry, this is horrible podcasting. Ben has the Simpsons sleeve.
Yes, you showed me a photo of it, remember, Russ?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Honestly, I am all about it. That is so cool.
So
hopefully within the next year, the rest will be finished up the arm.
That's awesome.
It's gorgeous. Honestly, it's amazing.
So this is a question for Emma, having a dad who has a tattoo, and Ben, who's a dad who has a tattoo. What would you think about your kids getting tattoos?
Depends on the age. I mean, I think, if they get to like 16, something like that, and they ask me, like if they went out and did it on their own, I'd be kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
But like if they ask me, hey, I have an idea for a tattoo, and it's not stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I would want to talk to them about it. Like, listen, you realize this is going to be on you.
Yeah.
And it's going to represent people's opinions of you. So like, you really need to think this through. But I wouldn't be totally against it. Like depending on like if they got to 16 and wanted to do something, but before that, like no.
Oh, okay. I think most tattoo shops around me won't tattoo you until you're 18.
Yeah, I think that's how many of them around here are too.
Yeah,
It's around me. It's 16 with multiple parent write-off and 3 forms of legal identification, including your birth certificate, and then 18 with free ride.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I was just wondering what your guys' opinion was of that was. Just because neither of my parents have tattoos, but they're like, dude, it's your body, like, do what you want with it. I don't have any tattoos right now, that I know of. But yeah, since my thing, so I was kind of like back and forth on tattoos for a long time, but I have a big scar on my knee now that's there forever, and I'm like, well, this is there forever. I might as well get a tattoo now because I already have a big thing on my body that people are going to ask a question about. So I might as well put another thing on my body that people are going to ask a question about. And I'm sure the scar hurts way worse than any tattoo. So that got that out of my system for the whole, like, oh no, it's going to hurt. It's on the back of my knee, so yeah, that hurt. But if you had to get a tattoo on your face, what would it be? It's like you either die or get a face tattoo, what would it be?
I don't even know. I guess I would try and make it like funny somehow. So people don't look at me like this guy's an idiot. But well, they're gonna look at me like I'm an idiot anyway, regardless with a face tattoo. But I think I would just try and make it something humorous.
Yeah.
What that would be, I can't exactly think of right now.
Yeah, Emma, do you have an answer for this?
Freckles.
Oh, that's kind of a cheating answer. That's like saying
it's a face tattoo.
Well, okay, so you get freckles tattooed on, or that thing you showed me where they like tattoo your eyes or underneath your eyes to get rid of bags for people who just have them naturally. What happens when you get older and your skin changes? Does that mean you're just going to have weird marks under your eyes then?
Your color should fade. I mean, not rapidly, but over time. As your skin fades and changes, your color should fade and change just a tad, especially if it's nude.
Yeah.
I would think.
I've heard about people getting like eyeliner.
Yeah, yeah.
Tattoo, like, no fucking thank you. Like, don't put a needle near my eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do it on like girls' waterlines, like the actual like edge of your eyelid. Yeah.
No, I get scared when Emma's like, Russell, you have an eyelash, and she tries to put her fingers near my eye. If someone put a buzzing needle there, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm definitely going to go blind here. Like, this is how my sight ends.
What about the people who actually get their eyeballs tattooed?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, what do you think of that? Like, I think, one, props for being that ballsy. Like, that, yeah, props. And two, what? Like, I understand a face tattoo, like, if you're an Instagram or a SoundCloud rapper or you're Post Malone and he has, like, free real estate. But an eyeball tattoo, I feel like you go blind, right? No? Am I wrong?
You do. I talked to my optometrist just about it because I was like, is this something I always feel like awkward at the eye doctor and I don't know what to talk about with these people. So I'm like, eye tattoos. Like, for some reason, those are the first thing that popped into my head. And they were like, they're really bad. And people go blind by the time they're like 60 with them.
Oh, God.
Because it turns your eye into a giant scar. Like, all of it.
Oh. Ben, what was your first tattoo?
I got my mom's initials over my heart.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I got that back. Would have been almost 10 years ago now.
Wow.
I think, yeah.
I was about to be like, oh, you got B and then O, but I'm guessing your mom's name is not Ben. So
no.
That was a stupid thought of mine. I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. But I'm like, oh, wait, Ben's his name isn't Ben. But weirdly, my mom's name is Russell. So that's just a thing that runs in the family. It's just everyone's name in my family is Russell. So it's kind of a cool trend. I'm just kidding. My mom's name isn't Russell. But there's
I can tell Emma shaking her head, and I'm like, wow, he's trying to bullshit everybody completely. It's not working.
I used to be a swim coach, and I did like stuff with sailing. And there was kids. I'm not kidding. This is not a joke. There was kids who came to sailing for like the summer camp in Chicago, and their names were Ernest 3 and Ernest 4. I'm not fucking kidding. Like, their names were Ernest, like 1, 2, 3, like in eyes, and then Ernest IV. Because you can't have numerical symbols in names in the United States, so your name can't be like 3847, like a robot. It's illegal. No one will sign off on it. But if you do Roman numerals, there's a loophole. And I am not kidding, because I'm like, Ernest E, and then Ernest Iv, and they're like, no, it's Ernest 3 and Ernest 4. I'm like, cool.
They should have the parents should have been pop culturally relevant about this and named each one of their kids like, Ernest goes to jail or Ernest saves Christmas. Like,
that would be awesome. Yeah,
the kids are going to be fun of for all being named Ernest anyway. Like, get it all out there.
My question is their dad Ernest 1? And if they have a younger brother, is he Ernest 5? Like, or like what is up with that? I never asked because I didn't like have the cojones to ask that question. But yeah, yeah, it's a weird story that I
feel like their grandpa would be Ernest the first, their dad's Ernest the second, and then they had third and fourth, their boys, and then if those boys go on to have children, then that would be 4, 5, 6, 7. But then my question would be like, if the older brother has a baby first, and then the second one has one, does it go like 5, then 6, or do they start their own numerical line? Like, what if it's like
0.1?
it's 0.1.
5P.
Yeah, it's like Ernest I, and then the word 0.1, and then Ernest like 5.2. I don't know. I'm not friends with either of these kids on Facebook, but I'm not kidding. I know a few people who I used to sail with listen to this, and that's a little shout out to you guys. I remember. This is a weird question. What would you do if your kid or kids came back from school and they had gotten into a fight at school, but it was like a justified fight? Like someone pushed them on like the swing, or was like saying like, your parents are blah, 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 or you're blah, 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 and the kid like fought back. What would you do?
Really depends on like the severity or like the justification of like what was said, because like I want to probably instill into my kids, like, even if you're made fun of or if you're thinking you're trying to like defend like someone's honor, it's like you got to kind of just brush that stuff aside instead of resorting straight to violence.
Yeah.
I think my big thing though, as far as like getting into a fight, is like if my kids are trying to defend each other, I'm probably okay with that.
Okay. Yeah. That'd kind of be my answer, because it's actually in a class we were talking about this at Purdue, and then like one of the people's like, there's no acceptable reason for violence ever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I guess if you're standing up for yourself, it's not cool, it's not the right thing, but I understand if you're like 7 years old and there's a kid who keeps making fun of you. Like, there's a kid who made fun of me for being adopted. I never fought him, but I was like, I want to kick your ass. And I was bigger than him. I've always been a big boy. And I was like, I want to destroy you, you little piece of shit. But yeah, no, there's a kid who made fun of me for being adopted. Guys, I'm not even adopted. Like, I don't even know like why he would have made fun of me for that. Like, I'm kidding, I am adopted. My parents do love me, whatever. That joke always stung in... Okay.
I gotta take one of my children, actually, right now. Be right back.
Okay. Hi, Emma.
Hey.
So we're talking about dodgeball, and you know the joke where Vince Vaughn's like, you're adopted, your parents don't even love you? That always hit me really deep, even though I love that movie. Even when I watch it now, I'm like, wow, that's a deep line. That's a really hard line to cross right there, dodgeball. For those of you who don't know, Emma wasn't on the show for the last 6 weeks because she's been building a bathroom. Emma, how's your bathroom? Emma's not answering about the bathroom. Her bathroom's good.
It's coming out of what?
What?
I am.
Oh.
Did you not hear me?
Sorry, it froze out. So, how's your bathroom?
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's good. I've got water running to it now, and I am currently in the process of found for my sink finished up. So it is coming along. It is just a very slow process.
And that's the answer to where Emma's been from people who have emailed the podcast on where's Emma and who is Ben. Yeah, that's where Emma has been. Ben, is your kid okay?
She is good.
Okay, cool.
Baby girl was just a little stirry for bedtime.
Oh, okay, cool. Just making sure there's no crises. But I was answering the question because I've gotten emails to the podcast email. If you want to email, it's let's see what sticks at gmail.com. Shout out to that. People were asking where Emma was, and I had Emma just explain it on the show. So people don't think. Some people thought we broke up. That was the biggest one. People were like, did you guys break up and all this other stuff? And I'm like, oh my God, like, chill with the speculations here. Yeah, there's like there's wild accusations that like.
No, I had my bathroom work. The person that is working on it for me also works with me full time and legitimately works right across from me. And so on top of us both working the same house, it actually works at my house 4 hours on end. And so we are both absolutely exhausted. And then in my department, there are only 3 in our department, and one of them has been very sick for the last couple months, and so I have picked up doing both of our jobs and level of work, and so I've been working a lot of overtime to try and keep up. So yay for close day.
Yeah, so that's where Emma's been, guys. And Emma's back. She's good. Ben's here. It's our first 3-person episode. The episode will be called 3-Way. I'm warning you. It's just going to be called episode 43 3-Way. So I hope you guys enjoy that. This is a little look into what happens when the camera goes off or whatever. Oh, also, I don't know if you guys want to do it, but I've been thinking about doing a video format for the podcast. Would you guys be down for that?
Yeah, no objections here.
Okay, cool. Usually I do the show naked. I'm kidding. I most always have a shirt on and usually have pants. There have been times where I've done the show in just underwear with a shirt on. For those of you who don't know, we're on FaceTime. So I'm in the podcast studio, which is just like a storage room in my house. Emma's at her house, and I'm guessing Ben is in his living room.
Someone's living room. I just broke in here.
Oh, cool. I like it. I think it'd be really great if we all did these in like burglary type settings. We just logged onto someone else's computer, went on our Facebook, and we're like, oh, cool, let's do the podcast. Their house is really quiet. And that's why we record so late. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. I'm 100% condoning breaking into houses right now. So before we end, because I know Emma's really tired because Emma is, I think, 75 years old and goes to sleep really early. I don't know about Ben. I don't know how old you are, Ben. But
I'm going on 70, and I forgot my cottage cheese tonight during Wheel of Fortune, so
I hate cottage cheese.
You're wrong for disliking cottage cheese.
Dude,
Russell.
Cottage cheese is so gross. Cottage cheese looks like and tastes like if someone else gargled milk and like, I don't know what the curds are, but it's gross. Like, ew.
It's tasty bad milk. That's what it is.
Ugh. Okay, I'm going to get into some...
Do you not like tapioca pudding?
No, it's disgusting. Do you guys like tapioca?
I'm kind of on it.
I hate bananas. Emma has a story about me and bananas. Emma, do you want to tell the banana story with Russell?
Sure. So when we were in Cancun earlier this year, okay, the best way I can explain it is, have you ever been in a store either with a toddler or around a toddler who has zero filter, and then there's someone who may or may not have a form of a disability, or maybe they're differently abled, and said toddler with the
Wait, Emma. Uh-oh, Emma, we can't hear you. So, 1 second.
Wheelchair just outright in front of everybody, and the poor person just looks so embarrassed. That's usually me with Russell, because he has zero filter and like probably the loudest voice you've ever heard.
Uh-oh. Emma, we can't hear you. 1 second. So what Emma just said, hopefully her connection gets better in about 2 seconds. So what Emma was saying is, have you ever been at a grocery store with a kid who has no filter and they see someone who might be differently abled, and they and the kid is like, why is that person in a wheelchair? That's what Emma just said. Also, Emma ended the call. Hi, Ben. It's just us. It's back to usual.
Hello.
Ben, how have you been this week? How's school?
A lot of reading this semester. Like, I didn't realize... Hey, she's back.
Emma's back. So...
Hey, I am back.
Okay. Ben, wait. How is school, Ben?
It's good. I didn't realize when I scheduled my classes that the combination of the 4 classes I'm taking was going to take up most of my week with reading like several chapters a night.
Uh-huh.
So I am like buried in reading most of the night, but so far it's not bad.
Nice. That's good to hear. I'm glad that's not too bad for you. And I know how it is with reading classes at Purdue. They want you to suffer. It's like, oh, you have to read the rest of the book for tonight. Thank you. And I'm like, what? And there will be a test on it tomorrow, kind of thing. So, yeah. But Emma, continue your story where you're making fun of me, talking about bananas.
Where did I leave off? Because I don't know what you heard and what.
So what we heard is, have you ever seen a kid in a grocery store who points out people who might be differently abled very loudly?
Okay, so that's Russell, but just like in adult form. He's kind of just like a man-child sometimes when I take him places. And we were on this tour bus in Cancun to go to Chichen Itza or Ekwan. I think it was Ekwan. And we were sitting there in perfect silence on this tour bus, and everyone else is in perfect silence on this tour bus. And it's one of the shorter ones, not one of the bigger ones that has like the blasting AC that you can't hear anything over. No, this is one of the quiet ones. And no one's talking. And Russell legit just perks up like a meerkat in the very back of this bus and has like the goofiest face, but he's so sincere. And he's like, it smells like bananas. He's like, I hate bananas. Like, so loud. In the most, like, almost toddler voice. But the thing that killed me is he was so sincere about what he said and the way he said it. And I was just like, oh my god.
No, okay. So, Emma's 100% right about this story. So, we were in the back of this bus going to the temples. And I don't know why. It was really early. It was like 7 a.m. And I'm just like, do you guys smell that? It smells like...
Good thing though.
Yeah, I was like, do you guys smell bananas? I hate bananas.
Yeah.
But bananas are a very pungent smell. It's like eating hard-boiled eggs.
They're not. They smell... Yeah, hard-boiled eggs are disgusting. Nobody wants to smell fart on a tour bus at 7 in the morning. But bananas are a different story. At least it's fruit.
What is your opinion of tuna, like canned tuna?
I'm fine with it. I'll eat a can of tuna.
It smells and looks like cat food. It's so gross. And this is coming from someone who likes sushi. Canned tuna is the grossest smell.
Well, it's not the best smell, but I mean, I love tuna. Like, you just throw a little dollop of mayonnaise in there, make yourself a little tuna salad sandwich. You're good. And it's like what, 10 cents at a grocery store or something like that.
Oh, so
boom, you fed yourself.
I like Spam. I'll eat Spam raw.
I can do Spam.
There was a thing with Spam. So we had this employee get to know each other thing. I used to work at a gym, and our coach, he is a coach, but he's like our boss, was doing these would you rather questions with everyone in the audience or in the attendance at the group meeting. And there was one that came up and was, would you rather eat chocolate? Oh, would you rather eat a can of raw Spam with vinegar on it or a chocolate covered onion? And the person he called up was like, Spam, and he had them. Like, it was just all fun and games. He's like, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. I would have picked an onion. I'll eat a whole raw onion right now. I love onions. Dude, I love onions so much. I will, like, whenever Emma and I go out to eat, going back to the thing, she gives me her onion. She's like, do you want this onion? And I'll eat, like, the full circle onion for, like, a burger. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I can eat onions, but to, like, straight, like, scarf into one like an apple?
Oh, yeah, it's so good. It's so tasty. But that's also why people stand about 15 feet from me, because my breath smells like onions all the time. Because it's my snack. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, ooh, I'm hankering for an onion. Which I'm kind of half joking about, but I have, like, whenever I'm chopping onions, I'm like, ooh, piece for you, piece for me, piece for you, piece for me. And my roommates were grossed out by it as well. But you know what? I like onions. You
Red,
guys like
white, or yellow?
All onions. But I love Spanish sweet onions. Like, you know those little ones that are really typically in, like, Asian food dishes? Like, I don't know what they're called. They're like the little onions.
Pearl onions or Vidalia?
I think they might be pearl onions. I'll eat one of those. I'll just sit there and pop one. But Emma also likes dill pickles with ice cream, so she has no room to talk.
Seriously, think about it. You gotta get, like, a little bit of the dill juice in with the vanilla ice cream and mix it when it's, like, a little softer, and it's actually fire.
I might have to try that.
Oh,
because, like, like pickle juice, like a little sprinkle of pickle juice. Like I think what was it, Hannibal Buress had a good joke about that. But like a little bit like pickle juice, it kind of adds a decent amount of flavor to like any sandwich. So I can be down for that.
Just be careful because if you add too much, the acidity can cause the dairy and the ice cream to curdle. So if you choose a non-dairy option similar to that of Halo Top, it's actually phenomenal because you can do whatever you want at that point.
What is your guys' opinion of kefir or kefir? Yes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The only thing I know about is Kiefer Sutherland, so I'm pretty sure we're not talking about the same thing.
No, I love Kiefer Sutherland. Go 24. But Emma, what is it called? Is it kefir? Kefir?
I've always heard kefir, but I don't know. I think it depends on who you are.
It's like this. It's like it's in a milk carton, but it's like yogurt. Is it?
Whole milk mixed with yogurt, but like drinkable consistency. So it's like as thick of a like as a milkshake, but it's like fermented yogurt smelling. It's disgusting. I don't like. I can't.
It's what I would imagine human ejaculate to taste like.
No.
Okay, that's where we're ending that conversation. But
Yep.
but it's really gross. It makes me gag, and very few foods will make me gag. But kefir, one of my old roommates who I lived with, who Emma doesn't like, when Emma first met me, drank kefir all the time. He just drank it out of the carton, and his breath smelled like it, and I was so gross.
Does his first name also start with a K?
Yeah, it does.
He definitely smelled like kefir, dude. He had to.
Have you ever met someone and you just like can guess what they would smell like?
Yes.
There's Ben knows who this is. There's a certain person who goes to the school that Ben and I go to, who's in the same major as Ben and I, and this individual has dyed hair. I'll tell you guys afterwards. This individual looks like they smell like cat pee.
Is it the one we were discussing earlier today?
Yeah, it is. You know when you see someone and you can accurately be like, they smell like cat pee. And it's not being mean. Like, I'm not saying cat pee is like you're a bad person, but you like they're like Norm Macdonald had a joke where he was making fun of like who's the guy who's like the Aflac duck who's like, do you know what I'm talking about? The Aflac. Yeah, Gilbert Godfrey. He's like, Gilbert Godfrey, you look like you smell like urine. And I'm like, oh man, that's such an accurate, cutting description of somebody, but it's really, really like, ugh. If you had the chance to punch one celebrity in the face, who would it be?
Well, there's a lot of Me Too stuff going around now. Like a lot of revelations coming out with a lot of celebrities that I would really like to punch in the face, like Kevin Spacey.
Oh, 100%. I would love to punch him in the face. I know one person I would really want to punch in the face. So I have a Chris Pratt story. I don't know if I've told on the podcast. I met Chris Pratt. I used to work for a company in Chicago that runs a film festival. And we got VIP tickets to go to the opening of Jurassic World in Chicago back in 2015. So we had like red carpet access, but we had to write reviews. So that's why we were there. We were there as press for this company. And we were supposed to get like not like a paparazzi interview, but like, hey, Chris, like, how do you feel about being in Chicago for the premiere? And it was 4 of us. And Chris walked through the 4 of us into his seat. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm too famous to talk to you guys. Seriously. Like,
Chris Pratt, huh?
He might be the world's sweetest dude, like literally the world's nicest guy, but I just had this really bad impression of him. Like, he just walked right through us. Like nothing. So that made me kind of want to punch Chris Pratt. But I want to punch Johnny Depp in the face. That's who I want to punch. Johnny Depp looks like he smells like beer vomit.
Do you want to punch him for his choices of movies in the past like 10 years, or just because he looks like a tool?
Because he looks like a tool. He looks like a bag of scarves got like wrapped up in heroin and like old salami. That's what he looks like. He's just like a...
I've heard he's a bit of an abusive asshole too.
What? Really? I didn't know that. That makes me really want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, he had a girlfriend. I think he kind of roughed up a little bit. If I'm remembering correctly. I don't want to like get in trouble for slander or nothing like that, but I think he got into some shit with I think he was being a little bit abusive.
Emma, who do you want to punch in the face?
I don't really know, to be honest. That's like famous.
And this isn't me saying this literally, it's just like an expression. So if someone out there writes me an angry email, this is all like whatever. So don't get mad at us. This is just our opinion. We're three nobodies. And if any of us become really famous, don't bring this up. Haha, if you read this in court, we're joking. But yeah, you know who else would be really, really, really fun to punch in the face? What's the guy who beat up his wife?
Might need to narrow that one down.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, there's a lot of guys who do that. Oh my god. It'll come to me. There's a celebrity who very famously beat up a woman. That makes me want to punch him in the face. And it's like a Conor McGregor punch in the face. Just like one clock. That's all you get. You get to wind up for it, like Bowser. But yeah, that was my segment. Who do you want to punch in the face? Featuring Russell. But I have a topic idea for next week. I want to know if you guys agree with me. I was thinking we have to pick a movie on Netflix that's like an old movie and maybe obscure, and we have to watch it and we have to review it next week, like genuinely.
I can do that.
Let's do it.
And we can look on Netflix this week, and we can just record next whatever night's best for both of you. And we just have to review it very seriously.
Okay.
And if you guys pick an Adam Sandler movie, I'm going to be so mad. Like, if it's like...
I don't want to put myself through that.
I don't either. Like, I don't want to waste my time and then have to write a review. But I want it to be legit. I want us to take this very seriously in the most, like, honest way possible. And Emma, I swear to God, if you pick an Adam Sandler movie, I swear to God.
Yeah.
She's going to pick the worst thing she can find, like with 1 star on Netflix. She's going to be like, oh, this looks great. If you pick Jack and Jill, this podcast is over. It's just going to implode on itself. But yeah, that was See What Sticks this week, and that was our 3-way episode. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this 3-way. Were you guys as satisfied as I was?
This doesn't even dignify an answer.
No.
That means yes. No answer is a yes, always. Thank you. This was an enjoyable 3-way. It lasted an hour and 17 minutes, which officially ranks us in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest 3-way ever. You're welcome. I'm sorry if anyone who has kids is listening to this right now. If you have kids, why are you listening to this? That's my first question. But yeah, I mean, there's the F word in our intro. Oh, and officially, you guys are the 2 other hosts of the show. I'm making it official. So yeah, Ben, you're officially a host of the show now. You're going on the Spreaker page.
I expect them residual checks in like 10 years.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, that's part of why I'm doing. I'm like, you will get residuals. You've passed the See What Sticks test. You have stuck. Oh, also, I may be rebranding the show. I'm sorry. There's another thing called See What Sticks out there now. That's a theater group, and it has come to my attention that they also are older than our show. So I was thinking of renaming us the Pig Latin Detectives, because it's also something about nothing. Because no one has taken that online. I was looking for things that no one has taken. So I may have to rebrand. What do you guys think about that name?
Sure, we can discuss.
Yeah, okay.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That may be happening this week, if I get like a you gotta change your name kind of thing. Good thing I didn't make any merch yet. But I will be making shirts on this TeePublic store, so we can all have like uniforms. So you can rep the show. And we can have
uniforms.
And we can have our last names on the back like jerseys. I'm not kidding. I found it. It's like $15 to make a shirt, so I'm willing to invest like $45. But yeah, well, that was our very weird segment, what we're doing after the show. Thank you for listening to See What Sticks. That was the best 3-way you've ever heard. It was the best 3-way I've ever heard. Thank you, Emma, for coming back on the show when you're sick and have strep throat. Thank you for Ben for coming on the show and putting up with this insane nonsense every week. And yeah, it's been great. This is episode 43, the 3-way. Thank you. If you want to reach the show, you can always follow us on Instagram, Twitter. The email is always in the link in the description. Thank you so much for listening. If you like it, share it with your friends. And if you have enemies, share it with them because it might annoy them. Thank you so much, and have an amazing night. We'll talk to you later.